All right, let's talk about 3 steps for setting up that sacred protected time that's going to take something that's important to you and make it rise to the top of your time instead of always being the last thing you think about. All right, so step 1 for figuring out sacred time is to choose a very specific activity, just one that you want to create sacred time or protected time for. So if you said last week or last lesson you wanted to spend those extra 2 hours, magical 2 hours, reading a book, get really specific. Which books, what kind of books? If you said you wanted to spend it with more time for creativity, get really specific. What kind of creativity, what kind of creative activity would you do? If you wanted to spend those 2 hours really playing with your kids or enjoying your kids, what does that look like? Does it look like getting outside? Does it look like playing on the floor? Does it look like going to some other adventure in a museum? What does it look like? So step 1 for sacred time, get really specific. What activity, what would you actually do if you got those magical 2 hours? What would you very specifically do? That's step 1. Step 2, schedule sacred time. So now I want you to look at the next week of your life. And I want you to look and say, where can you spend 15, 20, 30 minutes doing that activity? Now, often at the stage, people get tempted to say, oh, I could spend 15 minutes a day on this, or 3 days a week, I could do it. I'm telling you, you only get 1 day next week. I want you to pick 1 day and some span of time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, that you are setting aside for this very specific activity you just named. So right now, decide which day of the week is it, and when is it going to happen? Is it going to be after you get home from work? Is it going to be in the morning after you wake up? Is it going to be after your kids go to bed? Is it going to be before dinner? Is it going to be at 6:15 p.m.? Is it going to be 8:22 a.m.? Get specific about the time. Make the appointment for just 1 day next week, 15, 20, or 30 minutes for that activity you named. Step 3, make the appointment. Whenever you've placed that appointment on your calendar, that sacred time, it's sacred, it's protected. I want you to treat it the way you treat a doctor's appointment. Maybe that means putting it on your calendar. Maybe that means setting 3 reminders for yourself. Maybe that means telling your spouse and your kids and your coworkers so they'll remind you. Whatever it looks like to make a doctor's appointment, I want you to do the same thing for your sacred time. I also want you to tell somebody what you're doing and when. And I would love to be one of those people. So hit reply and let me know, what is your sacred time activity? When are you going to do it? And I will check in with you and see how it goes. All right, go set up sacred time.